There's a little item that may be in your medicine cabinet, wallet, even at your kid's school that could get you in legal trouble. 13 Investigates reporter Sierra Putman joins us in studio tonight, and we're talking about test strips.
Like those strips that can test for fentanyl or xylazine. Supporters say they save lives. And a couple weeks ago, we were working on a story, and I got one for free from a county hospital. Needless to say, I was surprised when state police told me just having it was breaking the law. Turns out there's a lot of test strip confusion and questions about whether they're legal in Indiana.
We found it right over there by the fire extinguisher.
A single pill dropped by a student here at Hope Academy, an Indianapolis high school for kids in recovery.
So we tested it and found it was fentanyl.
Rochelle Gardner used a test strip like this.
If I wouldn't have tested, I wouldn't have known.
To warn her kids about laced pills. Gardner is convinced that these test strips can help protect curious young people. Nationwide, the number of kids and teens that died of an overdose nearly doubled over the last 4 years. But just how do these strips work, and are they reliable?
Come on in.
We met up with Maria Lieberman, a University of Notre Dame researcher who studies test strips. She says they're simple to use. Users mix their drugs with water, then put the strip in the solution.
So you can see that red dye is moving up the lane, but it's not stopping on the test line.
2 red lines means no fentanyl. 1 red line means beware.
Even if there's a tiny residue left, you can detect fentanyl.
She says these strips are really sensitive and reliable when used properly, but people need to test the entire pill or dose they plan to consume. They're easy to get.
These are the test strips.
Overdose Lifeline has distributed more than 100,000 for free. County health departments also hand them out. Even the state applauds distribution. But there's a problem. People don't agree if Indiana law allows them.
Do you think these strips are legal?
Yes.
Are they legal?
After reading the statutes, I say no.
People don't really know.
Indiana state law prohibits the possession of drug paraphernalia that tests the strength, effectiveness, or purity of a controlled substance.
That is not what a test strip does.
Justin Phillips, the founder of Overdose Lifeline, reads the statute and thinks test strips are legal.
Tests for presence of fentanyl, not purity, not strength, not effectiveness.
But Delaware County prosecutor Eric Hoffman believes if the strips detect even 1 drop of fentanyl, they're then testing for purity.
I think the plain language of the statute is clear.
Hoffman and several prosecutors told 13 Investigates test strips are illegal paraphernalia. Some say they're willing to prosecute, and that puts community groups in a legal gray area.
We should not find people as confused as myself.
Carrie Cadwell is the CEO of 4C Health. The mental health centers do not distribute test strips because in the 12 counties they serve, there's not a consensus if they're legal.
Our goal has to be, we want to help people, but I can't put my employees at risk.
Lawmakers had an opportunity to clear up the law this past session. There were 2 test strip bills. One received a hearing and support.
We need to pass this bill to save lives.
Even the police union was in favor.
Good bill, ought to pass.
It did pass the House.
Roll call shows 91 voting aye, 1 voting no.
But failed in the Senate without a hearing.
Do you know why there was no hearing?
I don't know why there was no hearing. I don't know why we couldn't at least have a conversation.
I didn't have the votes to pass it out of committee, and so I didn't set it for hearing for that reason.
Senator Aaron Freeman is the chair of the committee where both bills were assigned.
What concerns do you have about these bills? And I have both bills here.
Yeah,
if you want to.
But it's the language of the bill, and what does this mean?
Freeman told 13 Investigates he's concerned about the unforeseen consequences of legalizing test strips, including who will use them and what happens after they're used.
We need to make sure our law is very clear and would be applied the same way through 91 counties in Indiana.
So would you support a bill if it comes up during this next session?
Well, let's see what the bill is.
Supporters say they'll try again next year in hopes of helping someone like Jennings Tinnery.
Is it fair to say you think that test strip saved your life?
100%, yeah.
A test strip did not stop her from using, but did stop her from using alone, meaning someone was there to call 911 when she overdosed.
And it scared me enough to stop.
Now she's in recovery and works with Overdose Lifeline, which makes sure others have access to these test strips.
We have to stay alive for us to find recovery, and it gives us one more choice.
One that may be life-saving. So if you're wondering what your local prosecutor thinks about having a test strip in your county, just head over to WTHR.com. There we posted what prosecutors said about the issue after we asked. Sierra Putman, 13 Investigates.